the explanation. So we were discussing about the hydrochloric acid. It will make the medium in the stomach acidic because it is acid definitely, and when it is acidic, then it is going to help the digestive juices to act, and the digestive juice will break down the proteins into simpler substances. So inside the stomach, protein digestion takes place. Okay, whatever protein is there in the food, that protein will be broken down into simpler substances inside your stomach, and it is going to help for the digestion of the proteins to take place. Okay, and you might ask me, what kind of digestion occurs in your mouth? In your mouth, basically carbohydrate digestion occurs. Okay, why? Because the saliva, it will help in breaking down the starch, as I told you already. Now starch is what? It is a kind of carbohydrate. So in your mouth, basically carbohydrate digestion occurs, and in your stomach, the protein digestion occurs. Okay, now this is the esophagus. It's just a small section is shown. So this esophagus will, it will continue as the stomach now. So this stomach, actually you don't need this, I have just given you for your reference. It has three parts. One is the fundus, one is the cardiac, and one is the pyloric. So the stomach of humans have three parts: fundus, the upper part; cardiac, the middle part; and pyloric, the lower part of the stomach. Okay, and this stomach will now start into the small intestine. Now here it is written superior portion of the duodenum. Now what is duodenum? Duodenum is the starting point of the small intestine. It is a point where the stomach is going to end and the intestine is going to start. So it is the starting point of the small intestine. Okay. Now we begin with the small intestine. Now the small intestine is a highly coiled structure, and it is about 7.5 meters long. You can imagine 7.5 meters. Okay, so long. Now it might appear to be very small in the diagram because it is coiled. Okay, it is coiled. It is coiled into a small part. So that is why it is very small in the diagram. But actually it is 7.5 meters long. Okay. It receives secretions from the liver and the pancreas. Besides, its wall also secrete juices. Now if you remember in the diagram, you had a liver and you had a pancreas. They were separate organs. Now this liver and the pancreas, they also secrete some digestive juices. So this digestive juice which is secreted by the liver and the pancreas, they will be going where? They will be going into the small intestine through small pipe-like structures. Okay, so there are pipe-like structures through which the digestive juices from the liver and the pancreas will go inside the small intestine, and small intestine also secretes digestive juices on its own. Okay, so the three kinds of digestive juices, that means digestive juice from the liver, number 2 from the pancreas, and number 3 the digestive juices of the small intestine itself. 3 of them are going to act inside the small intestine on the food, whatever comes from the stomach. Okay. Now the liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen on the right side. Okay, so it is situated in the upper part of your stomach or your belly on the right side. Okay, it is the largest gland in the body. Very important. Question can come. What is the largest gland of the body, or what is the largest organ of the body? It is the liver. Okay, the color is reddish brown. It secretes bile juice that is stored in a sac called gallbladder. Now what is the function of the liver? As I told you, it secretes a digestive juice that goes into the small intestine. Now what is the name of the digestive juice? The name of the digestive juice is the bile juice. Okay, it is the bile juice, and this bile juice is secreted by whom? It is secreted by the liver. And where is the bile juice stored? It is stored in the gallbladder. Okay, gallbladder all of us know, right? Some of you have gallbladder operations. Now this gallbladder is nothing but a sac-like structure that is situated near the liver, and the liver which will secrete the bile juice, this juice is going to go where? It will go to the gallbladder, and the gallbladder, what it will do? It will store the bile juice. Its function is just to store the bile juice. Okay. Now what is the function of the bile juice? The bile plays an important role in the digestion of fats. It is going to do fat digestion. Okay, so the bile juice, what kind of digestion it does? It does fat digestion. Okay. Now the pancreas is a large cream colored gland located just below the stomach. So you have the pancreas also on the opposite side. Liver you have on the right side, pancreas you have on the left side. Okay, and it is just below the stomach. Now what kind of juice it secretes? It secretes the pancreatic juice. So pancreatic juice helps in the digestion of what? Carbohydrates, fats and proteins. Okay, so if I ask you what is the function of the bile juice? Bile juice is going to digest the fats. What is the function of the pancreatic juice? The pancreatic juice is going to digest the carbohydrates, fats and proteins. 3 of them. Okay. The partly digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine where the intestinal juice completes the digestion of all the components of it. Okay. So in the small intestine, as I told you, 3 kinds of juices will act. One is the bile juice that is going to come from the liver. One is the pancreatic juice that is going to come from the pancreas. And the third one is the intestinal juice. That means the juice present in the small intestine itself. Okay? That is there already in the small intestine. So 3 of them will act and there will be complete digestion of food. Okay? So all the components of the food will be completely digested in the small intestine. So if question comes, where does complete digestion of food occur? Complete digestion of food occurs in the small intestine. Okay, remember that. So the carbohydrates gets broken down into simple sugars such as glucose. So carbohydrate will get broken down into glucose. Fats will get broken down into fatty acids and glycerol. So fatty acids and glycerol, they are the simple form of fats. Okay, they are nothing but the simple form of fats, and proteins will get broken down into amino acids. Okay, amino acids are the simple form of proteins. Like the simple form of carbohydrate is what? Starch. Sugar. Okay, starch is a complex form. Sugar is the simple form. Similarly, or glucose is the simple form. Similarly, the simple form of fat is fatty acids and glycerol, and the simple form of protein is amino acids. Okay. Yeah. So this is the diagram. As I told you, this is the liver, the reddish brown gland you have in the upper part of the stomach. Pancreas is this one, the green colored. It's actually cream colored. Here it is showing you green colored, but pancreas is located below the stomach in the opposite side. This is the sac-like structure called the gallbladder, the green one, as you can see. So what is the function? It will store the bile juice secreted by the liver. Pancreas is going to secrete the pancreatic juice. So this bile juice from the gallbladder, the pancreatic juice from the pancreas will come where? It will come into this small intestine. Okay, so the small intestine is going to do all the digestion. So complete digestion of food will occur here in the small intestine, and whatever is left behind now, that will enter where? Into the large intestine. As you can see, the small intestine is continuous here. It is continuous. It will just continue as the large intestine, finally rectum, and then anus. So we'll continue with the explanation in the next class. Next class we are going to do the large intestine. I hope it is clear. If you have any doubts, kindly ask after the end of each class. Thank you all of you. Have a nice day.